Hello friends, welcome back. This is the ongoing session for GDPR. Today we will discuss what are your rights, right? Uh, what are your authorities in terms of data privacy if we talk about the GDPR. Before that we had covered the principles, the basic definitions and all the stuffs left and right. A positive response from your side. So very important today's session is what are your privacy rights. So let's begin the session without further delay. Here's the question number one. What are the objects, right? Let me take a pen from here. What are the object rights as per the GDPR, right? Does GDPR provide certain rights for users to validate their data which processed? So the question is asking that what are your rights if organization is processing your data or using your data, but you don't know, right, where they are processing and all. So how will you ensure that the data is processing in a lawfulness, all the seven principle according to GDPR, right? How will you ensure? So there are eight uh, eight data privacy rights GDPR has given to users. In which number one is right to be informed. That means data controller need to inform the user object about the data collections, right? For example, me, anybody is collecting my data, so the controller, right? So the controller have to inform me that what I mean, just for what purpose they are collecting my data, my Aadhaar card or your Aadhaar card. So the purpose of writing, right? For what purpose they are collecting uh, your data, right? So data controller need to inform the user object about the data collection, right? Second one is subject access right? That means you should have access where they are processing. So GDPR gives individuals the right to have a copy of a processed data along with other additional information they had processed behalf of you. It helps the object to understand whether the data process is under lawfulness or accurate or not, right? As I said earlier, you have to request a copy from the controller that yes, I need a copy from which area you had processed, right? In which section you had processed my data. I don't know. That's why I am requesting a copy from your side and controller have to provide that copy. So this is the GDPR second law. Coming to the third law, right to rectification. Rectification means, guys, if any error or something would be there, you have right to make it correct at any moment of time, right? So object have the right to have inaccurate personal data rectified or make it complete if that data is incomplete, or object can make the request in like verbal form or in writing form. Third thing, the right is closely linked with the controller's or obligations under the accuracy principle of the GDPR Article 51D. So, if your data is incomplete and you feel that during processing of the data, some data is not matching with me exactly, right? So, you have the right to rectify that data and make it correct for further processing. So, this is the law, this one, law number three. Data of erasure, right? Erasure means data of deletion, right? Or data of forgotten. So the right is to get your data deleted is also called the right of erasure, as I explained. You can ask organization who is holding your data or delete the data if any concern is there from your side, right? Let's suppose someone is processing your PII and you do not wish to process because you don't want to allow these data to be leaked outside or somewhere, right? So here you can make an objection and make that data erased. Oh, oh, okay, this is your right. So this data is called the data of deletion, data like data of forgotten or data of erasers. Coming to the next slide. Right to restrict processing. So individuals have the right to restrict or suppression the process. She can request to terminate the ongoing process anytime, right? He or she can command via writing or by verbal communications, right? So you can restrict the data, you can suppress the process, you can terminate the process anytime if you feel later that I should not process. these data due to any circumstances, that you can object. Okay, you can restrict the particular controller. So this is the law of right to restrict the process. Next is right to data portability. Guys, portability means using of data, uh, like using of data for n numbers of processing. Like if you have to process a loan, right, that means you have to submit your PII to n numbers of banks, n numbers of agencies, right? So the sharing of the number of agencies to your data is nothing but our data, like data portability. So the right to data portability allows individuals to obtain and reuse their personal data for their own purpose across different services or entities, right? Like before I had asked you that you are sharing your PII data for processing of loan to n numbers of agencies for n numbers of services. You can do it. GDPR have given the right to you. By doing this, individual enables to take advantages of application and services that can use this data to find it a better deal or help them in an additional way as well, right? So by doing this, right, you can keep yourself in a judgment position to find a better deal, right? For example, you had submitted a loan application for the 10 banks, right? After submitting the details, after submitting your data, PII one, I am asking. So at the last moment, right, a single, like you can judge later on that, yes, so like which bank providing you the least rate of interest, right? What is the EMI amount, and all. So you can find out all the dashboards from here. So this is why the GDPR is asking, by doing sharing your PII data to n numbers of agencies. By doing this, you can enable to take advantage of application and services that can be used this data to find a better deal, right? An appropriate deal according to whatever you want, right? And additional informations you have by doing this. Also in UK, some organization offers portability through my data or any other channels would be a good option as well. This is another thing. This is for UK guys. Next is the right to object, right? GDPR gives the right to object to an organization processing your personal data at any point of time, right? Individuals have the absolute right to stop their data being used for direct marketing. You can object them if your data controller is processing for direct marketing. You can object, right? You can restrict them. Last is right. You have right related to automatic decision making, in including profiling. Guys, what is automated decision making, including profiling? So automatic decision means you had I hope you have already processed a loan in which they generate a CIBIL score, right? What is a CIBIL score? CIBIL score is an automated score which is generated by the automatic, right? Depending upon the past history of the user or the candidate. So this is the automatic profile decisions, right? They can like they can use of it, and they can use to make an individual profile and generate a score, right? By generating this score, they can predict that how capable this user uh, to get a loan, right? Whether are we in a risk for providing that loan or not. So this is nothing but our decision making skills. So the process of making a decision by automatic means without any involvement of humans, right? This is called our decision making. And example, loan processing agencies generates the CIBIL score and all. So this comes under our automatic decision makings. Next thing, you have the right to object if decision is made by automatic decision and profilings. So if your CIBIL score is good or bad, you can make object, or you can make it a recorrect after raising uh, your objection. And such decisions organization to use for a specific area only, right? These are, I mean, for a temporary time. You can make it cover your CIBIL scores later on and all, right? By uh, like by covering your money and by returning your money on time. So these profiling automatic decisions are on temporary basis. You can make it rectified later on. Next videos on guys coming Wednesday. uh, I hope guys these videos helping you a lot. These videos I'm preparing for like on the request basis. Otherwise, I would have covered the GRC domain as well. So thank you so much. Have a nice day. Take yourself care. If you have any queries during your interview journey, let me know. Write to comment. I will try to cover your applications. Thank you so much. Have a nice day.